Alrighty, happy Monday, everybody. Let's go ahead and continue with Operation Mobile Review. Alrighty, so we look a little bit different than the last time I did this. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a lot of this on camera. Had a sick kid all week, and finding time and quiet to work on this stuff has been a little bit difficult. So, kind of worked when I could, and just so happened that couldn't video a lot of it, but needed to get some progress done on here. But let's go ahead and maybe look at some of the things I got done. I just went ahead and glued down my upper level today. I did most of my scenery work back behind it beforehand. So, loosen up the camera here just a bit. I went ahead and installed some shrubbery, and these are just regular old rocks from out in the driveway, and a tree back there. I will get in and do some ballast work. I probably should have done that before I put the bridge in, but I just had to get it glued on, so here we are. Today we are going to do some work on the bridge. That's kind of my primary for today's video, but I went ahead and I've got the DCS 51 all wired in, and I'm just using a little wall wart power supply. I'm not going to be running a bunch of current through this, so not a big deal. This is a 3D printed rail stopper right there. That's just to keep any of our review models on the front track from running off the road here. That's right where the DCS 51 plugs in. And down over here on the back side, I basically just ran a bunch of parallel wires between all the tracks here, and that's how I provide power to the entire layout. The process that I use for doing my scenery work is actually pretty simple. I lay down a layer of full strength white glue on all of the flat surfaces, and I just sprinkle dirt from my yard that I screen out to be nice and fine. And if there's little pieces of rocks and gravel in it, it's not a big deal. And I just try to lay it on as a thin of a layer as I possibly can. And I'm not going to do too much more up here because this is generally off screen, but that's what it comes out looking like all said and done. You get a decent adhesion with just plain old Elmer's white glue. If you're not going to be doing a whole lot of messing around with it, it seems to work just fine for me. I did a little bit of rail painting just to kind of give this a better look. Since I don't have a whole lot of rail, I figured I'd give it a try. Not really excited how it turned out, but it does pass as decent. And then when I am ready to go ahead and lay down some of the grass type foliage, I was thinking about doing static grass on this particular layout, but because it's going to be moving quite a bit, I decided it was probably going to end up just not adhering good enough, so I opted to just use the regular old so just the regular old Woodland Scenics Turf Blend. It's just green. I've been using that on my layout for a long time. I have plenty of it, so it was just what I wanted to do. I generally saturate the base layer with 5-to-1 water to white glue, and then I sprinkle in alcohol here and there to break up the surface tension, and then I just put this on top of it, and you can kind of see that some of it is still drying out, and it has been several days, and it does take quite a while for that to evaporate off. The scene over here, I've added some rocks here and there, and we will probably do a little bit of work over here, but primarily today I want to get some work done on the bridge now that it's up and stable. What I think I want to do is just add some rust and some rust streaking to it. So we're going to do a couple of techniques. I have some brown oxide from Walmart. This is what we're going to do our dry brushing with. And then just to add a little extra on video, I've got some weapon bronzer. It's got some metal flake in it, and we'll dry brush that on as well. And then if I'm feeling relatively steady, I will do some streaking with just a micro brush or something to that nature. So I think maybe we'll give that a try first here and see how it goes. So I think we'll try to do a little bit of streaking, if you can get that to focus there. This is just a micro brush with the all the tip fuzzies pulled off, and we're just going to do some light dragging here, so we'll see what we can get to come up. Right. Yeah, just a little bit more over here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start to dry brush on. So let's just zoom out just a little bit here. And we will lightly wet down our brush here. And okay, so I think we're going to change plans a little bit here. The brown's pretty hard to see against the green there, so I am just going to go ahead and try some of the bronze here. see if we can get a better look. I'm gonna get this shook up and we will see what it looks like here. All right, let's go ahead and give this a shot here. I can almost see it on camera. I do like the look I'm getting out of this just a little bit better. Yeah, you can definitely tell the rivet details popping out. On this is probably bolts. I'm liking the way this is looking much better. Just a bit more on here. Alrighty. Zoom out. Kind of see what's going on here. Let's just get a little bit of not that we're going to be seeing too much of the backside of the bridge here, but let's just get a little bit of rust on it here. And due to this green, for some reason, I'm ending up being pretty heavy-handed with it, so okay, just look for a couple of spots here that might need just a little bit more. There we are. There we go. All right. Next thing I think I will do is we're just going to add a couple of paint specks here and there. Just to add a little bit of a diversity in the color. You kind of just let that be random. Paint will chip off of things. You get random spots of primer here and there, so that's kind of what I was going for there. Let's just take a look at this. All right, not bad. So now I just want to do a little bit of onesie-twosie placements when it comes to, you know, bushes and stuff like that. I'm just trying to hide imperfections at this point. Ridge lines, where seams of stuff come together, bad places where your cuts didn't really turn out. It's always a good place to just hide it, you know, with a bush. And so I still have some you know, some ballasting to do, so I'm going to want to stay back away from this a little bit. So I think I will hold off on that position until after, but maybe right below here would be a good position for some shrubbery. Draw the eye away from the obvious seam there, and you're still seeing some a little bit of the I don't know, the porousness of the sheet of foam I'm using. So make sure to grab a couple colors here and there. I think we'll go right there. So, right up here next to these rocks, big bush right there. There's going to be a spot that we want. Step back and look every once in a while here, just to make sure. There we go. That looks like that came together pretty good. I think I'm going to want a tree or two right here, so I don't need too much. But right up here, I'm going to need something. This will be... Yeah, that does hide that pretty well. And I think just above this rock as well, I'm gonna want just a little bit of a... Oops. I don't like that there. But just a little bit smaller. There we go. That looks better to my eye. And just go ahead and take this, put that right about there. Alrighty. I think that is a pretty good start. I do really like how that bridge came out. I think that turned out good. Let's just set an engine on it, see what it looks like here. Yeah, I can dig that. That looks pretty nice. Alrighty, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I will see you next week. Hopefully a little more. We'll get done on this. So, yeah. Right on. See you guys later. Bye now.